Sam Pittman is out as the head coach at Arkansas after a 2-3 start and a record of 32-34 as the head coach at Arkansas. I was alluding to this possibly happening yesterday. And if you're going to pull the trigger, now is the time to pull the trigger, and we'll explain why and what's next for Arkansas. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If you're into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question in the comments below. Did you think that Sam Pittman was going to eventually get fired in 2025? Did you expect it to happen during the season or at the end of the season? There are lots of reasons as to why this has happened, but basically since the 9-4 high mark that Sam Pittman set, they have not been able to return to that high mark at Arkansas, and they're getting fed up with this. There's a lot that goes into it, but on the face of it, they're just not good. They're just not good. Even as you seem like you're squandering an opportunity with Taylor Green at quarterback, who's been playing outstanding football. The defense with Travis Williams has really been letting everybody down. They're dead last in SEC rankings that matter, as in rush defense, pass defense, scoring points allowed. They got beat down by Memphis, which isn't actually saying that much because Memphis is really good. But after being embarrassed by Notre Dame on Saturday at the Reynolds, at Walmart land, you just can't have this, man. There are openings now at Oklahoma State, Virginia Tech, Arkansas, and I'm sure I'm missing someone. UCLA. My goodness, dude, we're off and running when it comes to head coaches looking for jobs now. Like Billy Napier might be on the chopping block with another loss this weekend to Texas. You keep going down the line here. With Mike Gundy, it was, you're bad and we can't continue to do this in the way that we're doing it. So they still haven't won a Big 12 game since 2023 at Oklahoma State after getting stomped out by Baylor yesterday. Interim is Doug Meacham, you understand. Arkansas enters the conversation with Bobby Petrino taking over as the interim head coach. A lot of people already wanted to see that happen. And remember, Petrino was the head coach at Arkansas from 2008 to 2011 and has spent the last 2 years as the offensive coordinator for Sam Pittman at Arkansas. And the hope here, I think, is that you can get the magic going again like he had in 2008, 2011 when they were humming. Like this looked like a team that was capable of winning the national championship before scandal got to Bobby Petrino. And Bobby Petrino has slowly worked his way back into this position to be an interim head coach in a major university at a Power 4 university. I mean, we're talking about a man that nearly took the Auburn job, but ends up at Louisville, has Lamar Jackson, turns that dude into a Heisman winner and what is one of the best football players of all time. He has that kind of talent with Taylor Green. I don't know if he's going to be that good, but you can see how good they can be given what he has shown. But for Sam, it's as simple as the buyout is never going to be really as low as it is now. So the thing to remember about what Sam Pittman is up against is at a 500 record, basically it cost them $10 million, $9.8 million to fire him. If he slips below 500, they could fire him at $6.9 million. He was making $5 million a year. For Sam, this also sucks because I really want it to work out. I think he's one of the great men we got in college football. He's a straight shooter, and you could tell that this is kind of getting on him. And he was saying after the loss to Memphis, I don't know if the pressure can get any bigger. It's just I'm already on the hot seat, and I've been on the hot seat even after beating Tennessee last year at home, but you got stomped out by Ole Miss. It's not just that they're getting beat, it's that they're getting beat badly by teams they should be competing with. That Notre Dame team is a team you should be competing with. Instead, I watched CJ Carr throw 17 to 22 for 294, 4 TDs in one half of football. Saw Jeremiah Love have 126 total yards, 4 TDs in one half of football, and it didn't get better. The defense is the problem. I'm going to continue to say that. I don't see this as being really a Sam Pittman problem, but he did hire Travis Williams, so he's got to wear that. And if you're Travis Williams, you better get on the good foot quickly because this zero blitz cover nobody scheme is getting you absolutely destroyed. It's getting you burnt up so much so that you got to outscore people, and Arkansas just ain't been able to outscore people. I also think people really wanted to see Bobby Petrino in the spot. There's a silent majority, to use that Nixon phrase, that I think always wanted to see what it would look like once again with Bobby Petrino running the show and not necessarily Sam Pittman. What this also means is one of the best offensive line coaches in college football is back on the market. I don't see Sam Pittman being an offensive coordinator. I see him either taking another head coach job, taking a couple years off, maybe retiring. He's earned that if that's something you want to do. The hip surgeries and whatnot he's come back from. But I also think he loves coaching football. And I think that somebody is going to find a way to make him one of the highest paid offensive line coaches in the country. He can help a lot of people, particularly in the Southeastern Conference, where he knows a thing or two about coaching ball. In my head, I'm also thinking about, so Matt Luke is over at Clemson. You imagine Sam Pittman if he is able to get on board with, say, an LSU, an A&M, an Ole Miss, or maybe he wants to go north, more north than Mason-Dixon line. I don't see that happening, but it is possible, right? It's also a man that worked for 30-plus years to get to a spot where he could get a head coaching job. And he teared up at the time that he was hired because it was a lifelong dream, and Arkansas believed in him, and they wanted to see him get this opportunity. And it turned out well. Like, he took over at a time at tumult and guided Arkansas through it and made them into a respectable program, one that could possibly lead. But it's also really clear to me that they want more, and wanting more means being able to beat a team like a Notre Dame that's 1-2 when they come to Arkansas, and being able to stay in games against better opponents. But also, like, I can't get out of this parallel. Mike Gundy's last win against a Power 4 program will be Arkansas and Sam Pittman, a game that Arkansas should have won last year. They let slip away, and Oklahoma State beat them. Since then, Oklahoma State has, again, not beaten a Power 4 team, and its only win has been against an FBS opponent, has been Tulsa, and that was last year, September 14, 2024, and then they got beat by Tulsa in Stillwater, and that was untenable. That was enough for Chad Weiberg, the athletic director, and President Hess at Oklahoma State to go into the general operating budget, which is kind of unheard of, to find $15 million to fire Mike Gundy. There's money in Arkansas. Everybody should know that. If you don't, you need to get on it, because they're not playing with this. He's also taken over. He's also in a spot where that money wasn't always being given to players. Like, the thing that I would say that Mike Gundy could say, that maybe Sam Pittman could say, is you could find $15 million to fire him, but you couldn't find $15 million to pay players, pay for better players. And Sam Pittman was very much in the same boat. Watched Isaiah Satanga go out to Oklahoma, where he's on a undefeated team that's ranked inside the top 10. I wanted it to work. I did. It wasn't. It's not. So now we have, again, a really interesting spot for a college football coach to appear. Maybe it ends up being Bobby Petrino when it's all said and done. There's even been some conversation about Mike Gundy at Arkansas. I'm thinking, like, no, they don't want them problems. What you're probably going to try to go do is hire a young up-and-coming offensive coordinator if Bobby Petrino's not that guy for you. But I feel like he's going to get every opportunity. He turns his program around. They're probably going to sign him to a longer deal and let him revamp the program. That's the dream right now. So it's where we are, where we expect it to be.